Hello, English 2 students, and welcome to day 2 of reading Act 4 of The Crucible by Arthur Miller. We actually finished The Crucible today. Crazy. We completed the Missouri Learning Standard that said that I have to teach you an American poet. That's what we've done. I've checked off that mark. So let us get right to it and talk about what we talked about here in day 2 of reading The Crucible. So we're going to start off on 1326, and keep in mind that Elizabeth Proctor, seen here, played by Catelyn Stark. I hate Catelyn Stark. Her character in the TV, it's a Game of Thrones reference. Her character in the TV series seems a little bit more redeemable, but in the books, I've always hated Catelyn Stark. Oh, cat. Anyway, we're going to start down here where there's the stage note, and we're going to quickly flip over here. Keep in mind that Elizabeth Proctor has said that has agreed to try to convince John Proctor to confess to being a witch to save his life. So as we get on to 1327, we kind of get used to them getting back together. They ask about the child. She says it grows, so apparently she is pregnant. My 7th hour class actually looked it up, and yes, the Proctors ended up having 4 children. They actually had 6, but 2 didn't survive. So but they had 4. So yes, the child, it grows. So she is pregnant according to my 7th hour class. And we find out that her children are being kept by Rebecca Nurse's son, Samuel. So that's just kind of the getting to know you thing. And they keep on asking who is all confessed and whatnot. And we have this nice little line here. Rebecca is referring to Rebecca Nurse. Not Rebecca. She is 1 foot in heaven now. Not may hurt her more. So what does it mean when it says she is 1 foot in heaven now? Not may hurt her more. So stop and think about that for a second. What does this line mean? She is 1 foot in heaven now. Not may hurt her more. Basically, it's saying that she's kind of already accepted her. She's not dead yet. She's 1 foot into heaven. But now that she has accepted her death, no one can hurt her anymore. And we find out about Giles Corey. Giles Corey, he has he's the best character and has the best exit here. So yes, Giles Corey dies, and here's how it all happens. Not hanged, he would not answer yea or nay to his indictment, for if he denied the charge, they'd hang him surely, and the auction out his property. So he stand mute and died Christian under the law. So his sons will have his farm, is the law, or he could not be condemned a wizard without the answer of the indictment, a or nay. So he got brought in the court and asked if he was a witch, and he just did not answer the question. And so they tried to get the answer out of him, but because he didn't answer the question, he never answered the question. He died still Christian, so his children got his land. And how did he die? They pressed him. What does that mean? They started laying great stones upon his chest until he pleaded a or nay. Then they say that he gave them but 2 words, more weight, he says, and died. So his dying words were more weight. And so they just kept on stacking stones on him until they crushed him to death. So way to go, Giles Corey. Excellent way of going out. As we continue down here, John Proctor says, what would you have me do? And Elizabeth's answer is, as you will, I would have it. I want you living, John. That's sure. And we kind of get an interesting little exchange here. So he asked about Giles Corey's wife, Martha Corey, and she did not confess. Neither did neither did Rebecca Nurse. So 2 of the people that he's kind of in it with, they have not confessed. And Proctor says this, I cannot mount the gibbet like a saint. It is a fraud. I am not that man. My honesty is broke, Elizabeth. I am no good man. Nothing spoiled by giving them the lie were not rotten long before. So basically kind of what's the he here is like a saint. I cannot mount the gibbet like a saint. He's sinned. So these women he's saying are saint-like, that they have some good left into him, but he's not a saint because he has that sin of adultery kind of hanging over him. And he kind of reinforces it here on the next page where he says, let them that lie die now and keep their souls. Because if you died and you have lied or committed a sin, your soul will go to hell, so you don't get to keep it. But if you die and go to heaven, God has it, and so technically you get to keep your soul. Then we have, pay careful attention to what Elizabeth's doing here. I'm going to read it, and I want you to think about what she's doing. Elizabeth, upon a heaving sob that always threatens, John, it come to naught that I should forgive you, if you not forgive yourself. He now turns away in a little in great agony. It is not my soul, John. It is yours. He stands as though the physical pain, slowly rising to his feet with a great immortal longing to find his answer, is difficult to say, and she is on the verge of tears. Only be sure of this, for I know it now. Whatever you do, it is a good man that does it. He turns his doubting, searching gaze upon her. I've read in my heart this 3 months, John. I have sins of my own to count. It needs a cold wife to prompt lechery. So what's it doing right here? Pause it and think about it and come up with an answer and then unstick it. So pause, unpause. What is Elizabeth doing? She's all but forgiving him. She's almost all the way there to forgiving him, but she doesn't all the way forgive him, but she does say that it is kind of her fault that he had an affair. So that's kind of what we're doing. They finally come in and they ask if he's going to confess, and he says, I want my life. I will have my life. He doesn't say that he's going to confess. He just says, I want my life. And that's an interesting thing to keep in mind, because he will do a lot of this, like not answering the question directly, but answering it in a way that seems like it is. So right here, I've been stopping and talking about this. Whenever you become a witch, you've sold your soul to the devil. You sold your soul to the devil. And one of the things he has you do is write your name down in the book. At least that's how they think it in this society. And just keep all that in mind. And basically by admitting you're a witch, you're kind of selling your soul to these people that are harassing his friends and community. So Danforth will come down here. And so Danforth starts interrogating him and says, Mr. Proctor, have you seen the devil in your life? And Proctor says, I did. And then Danforth asks, did he bid you to do his work upon the earth? He did. He's keeping his answers to really short yes or no questions. They bring in Rebecca Nurse in hopes to convince her to change her ways. And she refuses. And pay attention to what Danforth and Proctor do right here. Come, man, take courage. Did you ever see her with the devil? No. Did you see her sister Mary Eastie with the devil? No, I did not. Did you see Martha Corey with the devil? I did not. Did you see anyone with the devil? I did not. So what are they doing? Why does he need this? If he says yes, this is more evidence that they are witches. It is more evidence that helps build their case. That's why they need it. And he keeps on hammering home, but Proctor knows it's a lie, so he keeps on saying no, he does not want them. And then you to face that. And I like this exchange here. Mr. Proctor, a score of people have already testified they saw this woman with the devil. And it's proven. Why must I say it? Why must you say it? Why you should rejoice to say it if your soul is truly purged of any love for hell. We see these two, of course, these two who become best friends, Hell and Danforth. Remember, they're just trying to save as many people's lives as possible. So they convince Danforth, it's not that big of a deal. He says, no, you have him confessing. That should help a lot more people come forward. All right. Then this is page 1332. This is page 14 of the PDF, but 1332. And we have a little bit of a lot of exchange here, and we get the answer to kind of why Proctor is saying all this right here on the page 15 of the PDF right here, and read that here in a second. The main thing I want to point out here is right here where Proctor says this. I've confessed myself. There's no good penance, but it be public. God does not need my name nailed upon the church. God sees my name, knows how blackened my sins are. It is enough. And he keeps on being resistant to do certain things and sign his name and whatnot. And he finally lets go right here and says, because it's my name, because I cannot have another in my life, because I have lied and signed myself to lies, because I'm not worth the dust on the feet of them that hang. How may I live without my name? I have given you my soul. Leave me my name. And he finally takes the confession right here, crumples it up, and in weeping fury rips it apart. That, of course, is the nail in the coffin. They lead Rebecca Nurse and John Proctor outside. You see Paris and Hell try to plead with Elizabeth, and then Elizabeth has the excellent and poignant final line. He have his goodness now. God forbid I take it from him. And that is The Crucible by Arthur Miller. That's kind of the things we talked about. Annotations are due tomorrow. Your prompt is due on Wednesday. I'll probably be back tomorrow to tell you, hey, here's what's the deal with the prompt and whatnot. All right. If you have any questions, please email me, pdavidson@portugal.k12.mo.us. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.